Radio 2000 is mature. I'm still getting my way around it. I'm getting my way around radio. I've not done it in a long time. It's hardly been 6 months.
Congrats.
So thank you, bro. Thank
Congrats.
you.
I don't know if I ever said it on a platform with you. Congrats on the gig.
Yeah, but I appreciate it.
Bengithi uyashiya podcasting, but siyabonga ukuthi awusishiyanga. No soul penduka sasithi bayahamba.
Yeah, it's beautiful. The podcasting space is growing.
Yeah.
Radio will never die. Will forever get to evolve. And just to be a part of that building, the SABC is an institution, bro. It's beautiful to be in the building.
You speak about it with great reverence.
Yeah, because it's a broadcasting corporation that belongs to you. It belongs to you. It's not an SABC as if it's some company. It's not a private company. It's all of ours. It needs all of our expertise to come and give back to the country. And it needs our brains and all of this experience that we have to make it better. Right?
90 hours, you mean taxpayers?
Yeah.
It belongs to South African citizens because it's a government state-owned enterprise.
Yeah, that's why more than 90% of people who work there, actually I can put my neck on the line and say 95% of the people that work there are people who work, it's as if they're working at their home affairs. Okay. It's a parastatal.
Government employees.
Yes, it just happens to be a media house.
Sure.
And the people that broadcast Abanjengami, it's us that get given those independent contracts.
Yeah.
But everybody else that works there permanently and basebenzeli government.
Like a school teacher, like a nurse.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? It's the same thing. But it's a broadcasting space. But what I love about it, 18 radio stations, 4 or 5 TV channels, very big influence in the country. Any business person who understands business, who understands branding, PR, and marketing, all of those things, wants to be in that building. When you're in the building, it's always better to be able to learn so many things that those things can then in turn help you or your businesses. I was congratulating Thibaut Touch for the replenishment concert.
Sure.
Very successful.
I had friends that attended it. This was like 2 weekends ago.
Packed.
Yeah.
Amazing. I had a podcast and music festival just when I just started, I just gone back to the SABC. The reason why the replenishment concert, I'm just making an example, was successful. The reason why the podcast and music festival was successful, it was because of the SABC airtime.
Sure.
When you work in the building and based on the relationship you have, the relationships that you have in the building or the contracts that you have with the broadcaster, you're in a better position to get airtime, to be able to use that airtime wisely and constructively in a productive way to grow your things or for that airtime to add value into all of the other things that you do. And if to pay advertising airtime for 30 seconds, somebody else or other people pay this much. But because you're already offering your services to the broadcaster, you are in a position to negotiate to pay even way less. So it benefits you to be in that building.
Sure.
And the reason I'm saying all of those things is those are some of the reasons why I went back into that building. I'm also a TV person. I've always been curious about starting a production company, doing TV shows, doing film, getting into acting from the business side of things. And there's other brands that I'm still going to build. There's businesses that I'm starting now. And anything that is to do with business requires those things that I mentioned earlier. Sure. Marketing, PR. You need the SABC airtime. Sure. And it's always better to be inside that building because it is the most influential building in the country. That's the reason why out of all of the SOEs, when it comes to the SABC, politicians are highly, highly involved.
Highly involved
in influencing as to who runs that organization.
Yeah.
And if you are also the news editor or the head of news at the SABC, you are always scrutinized as well because there has to be balance. And you can't just be somebody who prefers one faction or one political party over
the SABC
other.
is balanced. That's one of the unique things about it. It doesn't push the narrative of the majority party. That's interesting.
Exactly. So you as a broadcaster who's also in business, it's to your favor to be inside that building.
Sure.